Hello, Tiger families. As we prepare to increase the number of our hybrid reporting days, I'd like to highlight some important information. Masks ought to be worn when reporting to the bus stop and upon your arrival on campus. Masks are mandatory for staff, students, and community members. When students are dropped off for school, they will notice, beginning at the bus ramp, that we have installed socially distant markings to help guide them into the building. Once in the building, students will use touchless contact hand sanitizing stations to disinfect their hands. Everyone will have their temperatures taken upon arrival. Using the socially distanced floor markings, students will make their way directly to their first core class. These markers are present throughout the building and will be used to help guide all transitions. Students will not be permitted to gather in the hallways to socialize, and lockers will not be assigned this school year. Bathrooms will not be accessible during class transitions.
After being screened, students will report straight to their first class. For those needing breakfast, it is available and free of charge. Each of our rooms are equipped with an air purifier, hand sanitizer, disinfectant spray, and paper towels in order to disinfect touch surfaces between each class and after lunch. Our rooms are deep cleaned nightly by our custodial staff. All classrooms have been cleared of extra furniture to allow for our student desk to be placed 3 feet apart in order to maintain social distancing. Each grade level has developed a staggered class dismissal schedule to help reduce the number of students transitioning at any one time. Lunch will be served during second core and students will eat in their second core class. In order to maintain 6 feet of distance during lunch, some students will report to an alternate location to eat. Students will be required to sanitize their hands prior to eating and after they clean up following lunch. Afternoon dismissal will entail the same protocols previously discussed, excluding temperature checks.
Morning drop-off begins at 10:30 and afternoon pickup is at 4. Given that we have a high volume of students who are car riders, we expect our car rider line to take longer than usual. Please be patient during afternoon pickup and remind your Tiger that we do not allow students to cut through the parking lot for safety reasons. A fully charged Chromebook is required as it will be used every day in all classes. Charging stations will be available to keep Chromebooks up and running. Students need to bring 2 cloth masks, a water bottle. Bottle filling stations will be available, however, the water fountains will not be available for use. Yes, students will be able to access live instruction virtually if they are unable to attend school on their face-to-face reporting days. Teachers will be using technology to provide live instruction to students who are virtual and those who are unable to attend school due to being sick.
Hi, Tiger families! Health mitigating strategies are implemented to help keep our staff and students safe. As we prepare for more students to return to hybrid instruction, there are some things I'd like to highlight. Parents and guardians will need to go through the Stafford County Public School COVID questionnaire assessing for signs or symptoms or possible exposure that would warrant a student staying home and attending virtually as an option each day. Please keep your Tiger home if they are not feeling well. Guardians, make sure we have a current accessible phone number on file with the front office in case your student gets sick at school. Again, stay home if not feeling well and attend virtually. If a student becomes sick or needs to be picked up prior to dismissal at school, the parent will be contacted by telephone. Parent will come to school and call the school front office from the parking lot. Parent will be instructed with the next steps. ID will still need to be furnished and the person picking up the student will need to be on the approved pickup list. Students should leave any personal items home that are not needed at school. Students should come prepared with 2 cloth face coverings and a water bottle. Water bottles may be refilled at the water station. On arrival to school, students will follow a designated line to have temperature taken and sanitize hands before going to the designated room with their backpack and belongings. On arrival to the classroom, students will sanitize hands on entering, then go to their assigned desk and remain in the desk area unless the teacher instructs otherwise. When leaving the classroom, the students will hand sanitize again. Desks will be sanitized with CDC county-approved sanitizer between each class, and air purifiers are in all classrooms including gym, chorus, and band rooms. Cloth face masks covering nose and mouth are required and will be enforced. Physical distancing will also be enforced. Items will not be shared between students unless they're sanitized. Washing hands with soap and water, and when that is not possible, hand sanitizer will be used. During our end of the day dismissal, students will again sanitize hands and sit in the designated seat on the bus if riding a bus. As we are still limiting contact to the building, if a guardian needs to come to school for any reason, please call first. Wear a face cloth covering, bring a writing utensil if needed. If entry is necessary, the COVID questionnaire will be reviewed and a temperature taken prior to entry into the building. Stafford County Public School follows the guidelines of 10 days isolation with a positive COVID test and 14-day quarantine for possible exposures of all primary contacts. Virginia Department of Health guides Stafford County Public School nurses as to when to send letters home for possible exposure and the need to quarantine. School nurses do the preliminary contact tracing in collaboration with the local Virginia Department of Health. I ask you to please contact the school nurse if your tagger is in quarantine or isolation, as Stafford County Public School tracks that information and follow the directions given in regards to quarantine isolation. Stafford County Public School policy is the full 10 days of isolation and 14 days of quarantine, as this is the best practice. It is possible that if a COVID contact is made, a tagger may need to attend virtually for 24 days or even longer if you have more people in your family. Again, please help us keep our schools safe. Please keep your mask on. Thank you.